I moved to California, and it's like the worst. Yeah, it's the worst weather ever. Although right now they're having a blizzard, so I call my family and harass them. Yeah, I lived in Florida for 11 years, so I haven't seen winter in a while.
Yeah, we've got the Florida in common.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tampa.
West Coast. Yeah, we're here, Tampa, the big city. I came from where there's only near-deads and crackheads. Yeah. It's like I tell people, when I walked into CVS and I saw more Depends than I did Huggies, I was like, oh, this ain't going to be good. It's like, seriously, largest community of retirement people
Yeah,
in the
man.
country.
In Tampa?
No, where
No,
I
no,
lived,
no.
where he lived was
Oh.
happening.
She's saying my city is the big city, but she was living in a retirement
Oh,
village.
my God.
Okay.
Had no idea.
It's a trip too. Like if you're not familiar and you're just driving through, because you're in your car, but traffic will literally be golf carts.
Oh wow,
Because
that's
old people at it, like they literally
everybody
have the
got
right
golf
of way.
carts?
Yeah. Like don't look at them like I'm in the car, get off the road. Like no.
yeah, yeah.
This is a vehicle in this like
Is that
like
golf
Sun
cart?
City Center is the one place that I think of.
Oh, yeah, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Sun City Center. Yeah, we went through there. It's up near Tampa.
Yeah, that's all you want to do is just go through there.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with that.
And they got
I-
the improv over there too.
Yeah, they have.
nice improv,
There's
okay.
Tampa has the Sarasota has the what do you call it, McCurdy's, which is a huge school for comedians. And then Vasani's, which is in Port Charlotte, where I lived. My daughter called it Port Shithole, and it really was. I mean, as far as like anything going on, they literally rolled up the carpet at like 9 o'clock. You can't get anything to eat. You can't. There's
Yeah.
nothing. And unless you want to go sit by the water, drink your face off, fish, golf, or play. What is that thing with the
Shuffleboard.
Thank you.
Then you know
You know.
You know, I got into a heated battle one time with we were on vacation, like a family vacation. We had never played before. Me, my dad, my brother, we were very competitive.
Right.
And my uncle was there. So somehow we got into a game of shuffleboard. I'm killing it first day.
Yeah.
Like, you can figure it out.
Right, right,
especially
right.
if you shot pool or something. And the next day, now mind you, this vacation, so I'm just like, oh, I don't have to wake up early. I'm just enjoy it. My dad woke me up early the next day, like, come on, let's go. What? What are you talking about? Like, it's vacation. I'm like, why are you waking me up? Come on, let's go. Oh, goodness. You want to play shuffleboard again? You want me to beat you again?
Round two,
Right,
round two.
All right, come on, get this butt whipping, right?
That's
He
hysterical.
beat me like we had never played. So I don't know if he stayed up all night. Like, I don't know.
Oh, he was practicing.
I don't know how he got good in
one
like
night.
a few hours.
Revenge. Yes.
That is
Yo,
funny.
but he like, I was just like, what the, like, man.
He stepped up his game, man.
He stepped up his game, but it's always been like that. Whenever we get competitive,
Yeah.
and if you ever get the best of my dad, come on, let's go again.
Let's go
Because I
again.
remember one time my sister beat him at pool, and one time I beat him at pool. Let's go. Like, so
Yeah.
the next time I came home, I was in college. The next time I came home, we were going to go shoot some pool. I'm thinking lighthearted, like I forgot about it. Like I'm not even thinking about it, but he's dead ass serious. Like, oh, come on, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
So we're getting out the car. I'm walking towards the bowling alley where we were going to go shoot, and he's walking towards the trunk. I'm like, where are you going? He pops the trunk. He's got this black box in the back with gold letters that said BOAW. These aren't your initials. What is it? Box of ass whoop. I'm like, really, dude? So I'm thinking, I'm cocky, like, yeah, I'm gonna beat you again. Yo, he beat me like I never played before.
Yo, he
I'm
stepped
like,
up his
where did
game.
you get these skills from? Like out of nowhere. He almost threw his knee out one time, bowling against my brother, because my brother got the best of him in one game, and he was like, hell, like, let's go.
That's like
I love that.
you put that in a sitcom. You come from
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You-
that's a sitcom material.
Yeah, man.
You coming off from a competitive or
Yeah. To this day, I can't beat my uncles in dominoes though.
now that's a game.
You play
Dominoes. You
It's
play
a real
that
strategy.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
it's just a
no,
strategy.
it
That's
just
a
felt
strategy
like
game.
like chess,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I didn't start young enough to feel confident enough. Like I'm just matching up the numbers. But when you play with people who just like telling you what you got in your hand, like, but lock out that
Yeah.
3-4 you got in your hand. What? How do you know? Like the guys who just
Seriously, because
read the board and
Yep.
man.
There's art to that.
well, yeah. I mean, I don't know how many people actually dominoes. Like I've never seen anybody actually sitting now, not old school but I've never seen anyone play dominoes.
You should play with some Puerto Ricans and
Yeah,
some
some
Jamaicans.
Caribbeans. Yeah, yeah.
They will slam it.
Boom.
Boom!
Serious
Really?
The
business.
harder it is the better. You know what I mean? The table all slapping
It's a
on.
whole culture to itself.
Yeah.
For sure.
What's your name? Lee. Okay, Lee. You got that Langston Hughes look over there.
Like you about to write a manuscript.
Yeah,
Lee's
yeah.
been doing
Lee's
this
a-
a long time.
how
in
long
the-
you been
in the
doing this, Lee?
Like
radio
all these young boys
industry.
don't know nothing about no bones.
Yeah.
Playing-
You've been doing radio for 52 years. Wow, that's impressive. Here in L.A.? All over the country.
Yeah, radio one of them gigs you got to move around, ain't it?
Yeah.
Like WKRP. And
Yeah.
That generation.
they said it right in the
Yeah.
jingle, like up and down the dial. Maybe you and me. Anyway,
Yeah,
showing
well,
my
that-
age.
Chase the opportunities.
Yeah,
then
now
again-
everything's different with the internet and the way everybody with the podcast.
Yeah. But
And
50
it's really funny because have you done any the idea of podcasts and radio shows and appearing as a guest on a show? Have you done any where you walked in and when you got into the show it was like, oh shit, and don't say this one because I'm not that far away from you in this chair. It's a split screen, but they'll know. Yeah. But I mean, like, have you guys done any radio shows in the LA area that deal with comedy or or what I find is they just have you come on and just go, all right, we're just gonna drink and talk or
Yeah.
smoke joints and
Yeah, I've done that in a house in New York actually. They actually rented a house and it's like they had like studios, like as far as music, they had musicians there. Then you had comedians in one room, musicians in one room, and as far as comedians and the poets come in there.
oh, that sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time I did radio was like Tampa, and it was like talk radio or just going on to promote stuff,
Yeah.
or just like FM radio. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's a very LA thing to be like, because I think that's what a
Yeah.
lot of comics feel like they can control outside of a stand-up show or in between like TV and film projects and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
right. The idea if I said, okay, you're gonna come on my show and you're gonna bring your routines or do a funny skit, and a lot of that sounds great except for the fact that you need an audience for your every comedian needs that energy.
Yeah.
And to try and explain that, where I'd love to take this more. Looking forward to doing remotes, but I want to do remotes into the green rooms where you all hang out.
Because you had a green, you was going to the whole.
In other words,
Yeah.
take where you guys all hang out, take the remote into, and just do side interviews with some of the comedians.
Okay.
Probably when they come off stage, because when comedians about to
Yeah,
go on
yeah, you're
stage,
trying to
they're
focus, yeah,
focusing on
usually.
their routine.
Well,
And a lot of people don't know, this is why I wanted this format like yourself. Now, Romeo, I've seen you do amazing. You're almost like Rubber Man with your face, how you can do your imitations of Johnny Mathis is my favorite.
Oh yeah. Actually, I was getting kind of uncomfortable before I came in here because you guys was talking about musty nuts.
Oh, you heard the previous
what was
show
going
we were
about
talking about.
washing your nuts. Can you explain that before we go and get into something? We got an
Yeah,
hour, right?
We were talking about sex, and we were
Right.
talking about all the different aspects of that. About how women being really conscious about how clean they are,
Yeah.
and men don't really care. No man ever said, "Hey, you don't want to go down there because I got musty
No,
nuts."
I'll let her know. No, I was like, hey, let me take a shower first.
take a shower for it, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, but
I
if
don't
she
send
threw
anybody
herself,
down there just
excuse
to be
me,
like,
Oh, yeah.
no, not. In other words, if she was headed south, you wouldn't
Oh.
stop her and say,
yeah, I would.
"No." Oh, you would.
Yeah,
You'd
I'm a
say, "No, no,
gentleman.
baby."
Is
Come
he?
on.
He's
He's a
French. He's a
gentleman.
gentleman. Look at
Oui,
He's
oui,
French.
That's got to yeah, I have to powder my balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. A little fresh app.
Please allow me to refresh for you. Yeah, you like, yeah. Because if she's not having a good time, then
Yeah.
I'm not going to have a good
True
time.
that. True that.
Now, I'm also amazed at in each of your personalities because a lot of people don't understand comedians are not always on, and we've talked
Not
about
at all.
that on our show. And that was
yeah.
one of the, it's a huge revelation when you are trying to get comedians as a talk show host. There's been comedians where they're very good at what they do up on stage. They have a huge following, but if they had to sit in my chair, it would be painful for everybody because that type of interreaction, they don't like people. They
Right.
come right out and said,
Right.
once I step off that stage, I don't like dealing with anything.
Right.
So
Yeah, I like to say I'm a people person until I don't feel like dealing with people. But I think as far as the hosting part, that's good for the type of comics who do like emceeing and hosting because they're used to interacting with people.
okay.
But then you have the certain comics who they have their routines, their bits. They want to go on, perform it, and get out. So you got so many different varieties of comedians in that mix.
Now,
At least for me, it's like I want to know why does all these mic rubbers have different colors on them?
Those are called mic condoms.
Mic condoms. Okay.
yes.
So the color is that? What is that? Does it have any significance?
Correlation with the boards.
Oh, with the boards. Okay.
The mystery has been solved because he's like, I got the hot mic. I got a big red dick-looking thing in my face, and I want to know why.
I got
Just
Big
so you
Bird's
know.
dick in my
Does it at
face
least-
right now.
Does it at least smell fresh?
It's Elmo's
Is this
dick.
is fresh?
When Elmo grows up,
You gotta watch this.
that's it.
Tickle my testicles.
That's right. No one ever thought to do that. The Sesame Street porno. It would
Actually,
have a whole
one
nother.
of my favorite jokes is a Mickey Mouse joke I do about like Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse getting a divorce.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
they're in court, and the judge is like, "Mr. Mouse, you can't divorce your wife because you think she's silly." And he's like, "No, Your Honor, I didn't say she was silly. I said she was fucking goofy."
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's
But
precious.
I do a second part where it's just kind of like he turns into Biggie, where it's like, "You took me to court, tried to take." Oh my god! And it was just like, could you imagine Mickey Mouse like pimp
That's
slapping her with
funny.
those like 3 big fingers? How many does he have? Like 4
3.
big fingers?
Yeah.
Like, bitch! You know about me, the fake ID, cheddar in Virginia, body in DC. Oh well, that's what I get for tricking. Not on bail, commence to tail kicking. Anyway, so
I
for
like
all those
that.
Biggie
Right,
hip hop lovers, you know
That's beautiful. That
That's
really
beautiful.
is. Yeah. You
That's
gotta say
poetry
that.
right there.
Well, I mean,
the voice.
where you all get your material, like what you did with how you take the you look like Johnny Mathis.
Right.
I
Not
mean,
only
so-
that, he's just great at impressions.
right. You're not going to share any with us,
Like
are
when
you?
he does
What
some
you
of his family
Get you.
members are like, you did one time like, it wasn't Michael. Was it Michael Jackson?
He's
Michael.
done that. Yep.
Yeah,
And
it was
everybody's
really
dying
good.
to know. This is my show, but forever on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can actually send people. You want to see my shit? You go on YouTube, check that out.
So you want me to do Michael?
I want you to, Michael. You look like him.
All right, let me move this orange condom. What it's called?
You got the red one.
Yeah, the red one. No, the red one. Strawberry lettuce. All right, I'm just do a little song.
He's method.
Yeah. I took it out. Excuse me. I think your phone ringing. All right. This is Michael singing "The Lady in My Life." Thank you, Rocky. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Lee. Thank you so much, AnnaMarie. I love you.
I love you, Michael.
What's wrong with your fingernails?
They're bad.
Yeah, what's
Head
going on
cleaning.
with that?
You see that?
What you saying about?
I told you. They say older women, you can tell they don't bother doing that shit. They just cover them. What do? They just let them go.
Oh, all right.
Cleaning.
Yeah, that's all right. Next time, just wear gloves.
That's it.
That's my secret. Just wear a glove.
There'll be no darkness tonight. Baby, our love will shine. Just put your hand in my heart and leave me in paradise. You're every wonder in this world to me. A treasure time won't steal away. So come in next to me, lay your body next to mine. I can make you feel kind of good. 'Cause baby, through the years, when we're old and gray, I'm gonna love you more each every day. Use some
And then
gloves
he's
next
got the
time.
curls too. That
He's
like
got
because
it
he
all
gets a nice
going
little
on.
shake with the curls.
I
when
felt
he-
like Michael was here.
He's got
Okay,
this
you
one.
look
Look at the
like him,
one
doesn't he?
curl.
Right. It's just like that we're gonna book him everywhere, right?
And I was just thinking about Mike like a day ago. I got off the interstate and this Mexican fellow, I assume he was Mexican, excuse me for
amazing.
Latino fellow. He had on this white jacket with like the little black stripe
Oh,
on
man.
the collar.
Yeah, Thriller.
And the jeans were up a little high so I could see the white socks and the dark shoes. I was like, look at Miguel Jackson over here. Like, Shimon, you know you're doing wrong. You're doing wrong.
That is classic. Classic.
Because you ever just catch yourself just cracking yourself
Yeah,
up? Like,
you gotta
"Aight,
crack
Right.
yourself
man."
up.
Well, wait. When do you,
Luckily, I
when
had
do
my
you know-
homeboy in the car with me, so I was like, somebody needs to experience this moment with me instead of just me making myself laugh. Because then you, as a comic, you're like, all right, I
That's
got to translate
brilliant.
that into like
Yeah.
to a stage.
To a joke.
So then it's like you got to flush it out. Like, all right, what more? What Spanish songs what songs can you do in a Spanish accent? Or, you
Right,
know,
the
interactions.
birth of a joke. I mean, the
Yeah.
birth of a skit. Like, I noticed you have your black book with you,
Yeah.
and so that's your Bible. You're writing in that. That's where you don't let that. Why don't you use it? You don't have a phone.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
No.
But-
But the thing is that it's just a more of a kinetic energy when you write something down.
I
you know?
believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there really is something to be said about that.
Yeah.
yeah, I do
well,
both.
it goes for the extension of the pen in the hand, and what as a writer, I've always believed in that. There's something that gets lost in tapping out keys.
Yeah.
That really is beautifully done when you have that energy going right through the pen.
And I'm working on this book right now.
You are?
Yeah. So it's like my mind is on this like narration kind of place,
That's
so,
fascinating.
yeah. So it's been it's been cool.
Is it a serious? Is it a?
It's a fictional relationships in Crown Heights, Brooklyn.
Wow, sounds like my first marriage, but that's okay. It was a fictional relationship. I was in and he wasn't. I love that. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
do you do this? Because this is what I do. Like when you write the joke,
Yeah.
because I know I tend to be very well spoken in public. But like when I'm writing a joke, I'll write it like I hear myself saying it.
Yeah, it has to be.
Like
yeah,
if
yeah.
like the vernacular will even change or whatever. Like,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That, oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's
Even
true.
like if I'm gonna cuss at a certain spot, I try not to cuss too much, but
Yeah. You
Because
gotta be honest. You
sometimes
gotta be honest.
you just, how could you leave that out?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it'd be being from Boston. Like, I've heard different things. I've been, you're attractive woman. You should try. Have you ever tried not swearing as much? The fuck. Well, but in the same respect, like I was saying, they have a certain expectation of Jersey,
Yeah.
Boston.
Yeah.
You get portrayed. There's stereotypes. You watch any Mark Wahlberg or
Did you see Manchester by the Sea?
oh yeah,
You enjoyed it?
yeah. It was, man. There's a lot of talk about how fucked up is your life, and oh wait, here
Haven't
comes
seen it
somebody
yet.
else's life
it's
that's
good.
more fucked up. Yeah, everybody in that movie
Yeah.
was amazingly off the charts as far as drama.
Yeah. It was a serious drama.
Was
thing.
it? But you know what? I asked Chris Pipkin asked me to watch the movie. He says, "Yeah, you should watch it, right?" So I asked him, "Did you?"
Well, wait,
see,
but he asked you to watch what?
Manchester
Manchester.
by
He
the
was
Sea?
like, "You really should be from Boston." Blah blah blah.
Right.
But there was a scene in it where I said, what I noticed the director did in this movie, even in the the display at the movie where they got the huge poster going for the eyes. He focused on expression of the eyes so many times in this movie where they would just were so they would
Extreme
hold
close-ups.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, Hitchcock was notorious for using lighting in that way and
Yeah.
he would focus right in on the
Yeah.
back in the day. And I feel like with all the technologies, they've gotten away from that human element of expression, of emotion coming from reading of that. Just hold that. Pause.
Yeah.
I mean, they did that in that movie.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was a masterpiece.
so you were calling that moment a pause, not because in hip hop parlance right now that means something else.
Oh, really? Another.
Pause.
Yeah.
I gotta.
If somebody feels like they've said something that's like, homosexual in nature or something. They're like, pause.
Oh, freeze,
Silly
Freeze.
stuff.
freeze on that.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say back to the note taking though, the writing. I also use Evernote too. Or if I do write on paper, I will take a picture of it because, and I like to use Evernote just because I like to try to keep everything in one.
That's the app.
Yeah, in one spot. Whether
I
it's
have to look at that because I have
well,
notes.
you can do a voice note, you can do a photo, you could do
It's called
a
Evernote.
note. But the main thing too is like I want to be able to search really quickly for my joke, so I'll use like keywords. So it's like if I'm talking about being broke, if I'm talking about college, like I want to search college real quick. I'm like, okay, that was that bit I had. Da 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 da. Especially if you don't go back and transcribe, because in a notebook, it's like you can't.
Do you practice your jokes in front of the mirror? Do you film yourself
No.
before you go on stage? I mean, how do you work out your jokes?
Well, the things that I'm from a theatrical background.
I never would have guessed.
No.
Oh, no, come on.
I happen to be a member of the International Thespian Society myself. I wish I remember my troop number. I don't even remember my troop number.
Well, that being said, enlighten me as to the process. Right.
In that regard, I'm probably not a great stand-up because I don't practice it like that. Like I almost discover it as I'm doing it. That's why I love that room, Cleo King's open mic, because it was just such.
Well, you played off everybody that had already
Exactly.
gone up.
It's
You
like,
love going up
so
at the end.
Yeah.
I'm paying attention to everything that happens, and I want to incorporate it because that's where my thoughts are right now. But the thing I rely on is that no matter what the topic is, I've had a thought about it. So really all I'm sharing with you is my perspective and my thoughts on things that I've already thought about, that you're jogging my memory about. So it's like a lot less of a stand-up routine.
Right.
For me, it's just an experience of being in that moment.
Whoa.
Well, yeah,
Damn.
and I noticed.
Yeah, so like I'll crack myself up, and people, I don't know if people
Right,
think
you
that's
do
my
that.
bit,
Right.
but like no, I'm like I genuinely just thought of that.
Right.
That's hilarious to me.
Because
You are your number one fan.
I am my number one fan.
Talk to
the
me.
jokes are for me.
And Rocky, you know, what's good about that is your laugh. I mean, it's funny.
It's very infectious.
It's very infectious. When you start laughing, it's actually it has almost a melody to it. It's, you have a very melodic
Wow.
laugh rather than just that, you know, blah, as far as a lot of people do. And I noticed you're very athletic. You really do utilize a lot of
physicality.
motion
Yeah.
when you do your comedy.
Yeah.
So you're visually and also, you know, all of those things where, you know, motion creates attention.
Come
when
on now.
Right? No,
Talk
it
to me.
does.
It does. It does. I want to know what is Lee. Lee's been in this business 52 years. I want Lee to give us like one of your most like a memorable story on the radio.
It's been so many.
This man.
Probably when I had John Lennon on my show
Whoa.
in 1975 in New York City.
Oh Lord.
Shut
have
that
mercy.
front door. And you're now telling. Oh, by the way.
John Lennon.
He's like, you never It took a guest to come in here and like,
John
I'm
Lennon.
not just a sound engineer. I've got stories. No.
Well, how was that?
I was a radio personality for 30 years.
Okay.
At
What station was that? What that?
That was at 99X, which is now, I think it's still called Kiss FM in New York.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a top 40 station. I was the only brother on the air.
I was gonna say, like, how'd you get that interview?
That was badass.
That's what's up.
1970.
It's 75.
75.
I ran into him and his wife at a little boutique shop on the Upper East Side. And I recognized him, went over and introduced myself to him, and invited him to come by the station and hang out with me.
Wow.
And I came back to the station at night. I was on from 6 to 10 at night. And I told my engineer what had happened. He goes, yeah, okay. What have you been smoking? So 20 minutes later, the doorman downstairs called up to the engineer's booth and said, John Lennon is here to see Lee.
Man of his word. Man of his word.
Wow.
And he said, yeah, wouldn't you slip the guy $20 downstairs and say this?
Wow.
Oh, man, let him in, it's real. So he came up and my engineer was like,
With
That's
Yoko.
awesome.
With Yoko.
no, she didn't come.
She come?
Just him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because I was gonna say 75. I mean, that was because goodness, what year was he assassinated?
a year or two later.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was right close to then.
Yeah.
So man, but you know what's interesting is too, if you know the influence that R&B and some of that soul singing had to those British artists.
Oh, huge.
Which so to him, like
Yeah.
I get it to be
Yeah.
like to be down for that.
Yeah,
but,
you're right. You're right. The
Yeah,
high
whereas
influence-
American rock stars probably would have been on some other stuff. But yeah, that's real cool.
Yeah, but I interviewed just about everybody from the Temptations to Patti LaBelle, Barry White.
Wow.
The
Sure,
Jacksons,
you're right.
You know, everybody. Yeah, sure, you're right.
Sure, you're right.
The Jacksons, all the Jacksons.
Yeah, I MC twice for them, once in Virginia, once in St. Louis.
Even Randy?
Oh,
Yeah, Reby?
yeah,
Wow.
the whole mob.
Latoya?
That's amazing, Lee.
Yeah.
See that? You
phenomenal.
never know. It's L.A. Everybody has a history.
Everybody got a history.
Right.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that's and lucky me. This is the guy that's helped me do what I'm going to do and hopefully
And
take
now
it
you
to
can
the
say
next
you
level.
had AnnaMarie.
That's it. Well, not in the biblical sense, but
Hey.
Not yet, but
Although
Give
we
Lee some
do-
time. You got that
we
voice.
do, yeah, we room next door to one another, so
so they say.
That's all it takes.
that's
little,
all. That's it.
little Netflix and chill.
Yeah,
Langston Hughes.
yeah. Now, in saying that, would you say that his persona, like, what was his?
He was a cool guy. It was real down to earth. And when I got him on the radio, he took phone calls from the audience. He played DJ. I mean, he was a regular guy.
I mean, was it a rock station? What kind of station was it?
40.
Okay, okay.
And we played, Elton John and all the stuff that was out during that time.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm really amazed that that
What-
if I was
It's crazy.
the idea of everybody has the internet. A lot of people feel that they don't need the format of being on a radio show or doing, certain things. But it's still there that like this particular show could reach 144 million listeners.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the potential as far as all of that, it's real, and it still is something that I know the difference between a radio station and the podcast. Well, this is podcast friendly. Is that you have to go looking for podcasts.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing. So, it really is funny when I've asked a couple of comedians to be on my show. I have one comedian who's like, unless you pay me. And I'm like, yeah, that ain't going to happen. It's like really
I give you some
funny.
oranges.
Yeah. And, or because you can actually take snippets like what you did with the Michael Jackson thing, and you can utilize that on your own
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Edit it,
I
yeah.
always tell the comedians, give it your best shot. Do what you
Yeah.
want to do.
Have fun, man.
Yeah, have fun because there's so little done about you guys in the industry because there's so many of you. The industry has become the way like the machine is. They just chew you up and spit you out and just keep you all pumping to get those rooms of nonstop comedians going through the door. There's no money. We had the comedian Rich Scheidner was talking about back in the day in the 80s.
Yeah.
He amazing stories, but he said UMC'd you get $2,500. Clubs were smaller. They so when they had a night, everybody went to these clubs because it's not like they mass produce them now. They're everywhere on every corner, and they're huge. They can't fill all the rooms. So he goes, now you're lucky if you make $250, and that's for a headliner. He says the big, huge houses are the ones that when you're up there with the Kevin Hart and all that, then they're going to make the 27,000. But those are very far and few in between.
I heard you like Amy Schumer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
because she would have had no apologies for her nails.
Yeah. Oh,
I
that
mean,
what?
that
She's
one-
straight up.
She straight up. She was talking about funky pussy on her Netflix
Oh wow.
special.
Oh yeah.
and
yeah.
the nature of the pussy, and
Yeah,
it was
she's
just
approaching it like a boss, though, especially with her and
very
her
much
sister.
so.
I
Yeah,
mean, as
yeah,
far
yeah,
as
yeah.
even producing the movies, producing her comedy shows now, and producing other comics now. Because
Oh, she does that
I just
too?
watched. Yeah, I just watched Routine. I don't know the young lady's name, but it's a friend of hers. But Amy.
man. She's like that kind of thing. My idol is to be able to own it, and no apologies for when she's up there. She's very real.
Absolutely.
And I she
mean,
actually calls
Trainwreck was
people
just
out.
awesome.
Yeah.
Classic.
I thought that was like,
Classic.
Well, who doesn't know that girl?
yeah.
Who doesn't have that woman in their family?
Yeah.
Sorry, baby sister.
I hope I don't.
So we have a special guest too coming in.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Mrs. Cousseau is in
Mrs.
the
Cousseau.
house.
Miss Cousseau's in it.
Yeah,
That's
man.
it. Say
Had to put a
hello.
ring on it.
Welcome. Yeah.
Here,
it's
step in
good.
front of
She
this
tri-
camera over
She
here so
tried.
they can see
She
you.
tried to sneak in.
Come
she
step
can
step
see.
over here by AnnaMarie so they can see you.
Damn.
Say hello.
Say hello. No, it's right here. That's his camera. That's you, baby.
Yeah, get on the cameras that matter. My
That's
cameras that's
It's
behind
a
the scenes
family
footage.
affair.
It's a family married life. How long has you been married now?
Ooh, we just made a month and some days.
Oh,
Ooh,
you-
yeah,
fresh.
It's all over now. The honeymoon.
The
The month
ninth,
of them.
so how many days is from the 14th to the 9th? It made me do math.
Man, that's all right. And you know
She's still smiling.
Yeah,
that's a
right,
good
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Keeping that woman happy.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about the way you guys do. Well, for you, the Johnny Mathis thing, because that's so outside of your age.
Yeah.
That we.
No, but the thing is that you know how art, we love art, and we
Right.
study art, and you know that's what we do.
But how did you know? Like, how do you choose your impressions? Do you just get a bunch of them and say, vocally, you know what you can do vocally?
No, it's just when you love someone, it just
Becomes a part of
it
you?
just becomes a part of who you are.
Well, not only that, you tend to like especially if you came up as a funny kid, you had to perform in front of the family anyway, or you found opportunities to do it yourself. And so I think throughout the years you figure out what makes people laugh and what doesn't. Like, oh, when I do, like I used to do Elvis for a long time.
We'll bust it.
And it's just like, no.
We got an
Come
hour.
on, bring it.
I used to like put on the outfit.
Oh, yeah.
And just like the dance moves. So I'm more
Yeah.
of a, I got a dance background too. But
You could dance background as well.
yeah.
Oh, that's why you always
dude,
got the boots on.
he did that backward somersault right up into
Like, where?
who was it in the chair? Cleo in the
Oh, you
chair?
did?
Oh my God!
Cleo's
Straddled her. I mean, he went backwards, had a like scissor between his legs. We were like,
What?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Lucky girl.
Nobody,
Lucky
nobody
girl.
knew that was
Cleo's
gonna take place.
bridal party.
That's it.
Oh, it was a bridal party?
Yeah.
I mean, to take your comedy, because you're very specific in what I notice about your comedy in difference to like subject matter of other comedians. You're almost like watching an entertainment variety show.
Yeah.
I mean, right down to just Romeo did a skit about somebody on being on a treadmill that you visually you believe there was a treadmill under you, and
That's that theater background for sure.
The theater.
the theater teaches you how to be limber and to go ass over backwards.
And plus, my idol is the reason why I got started in comedy is because of Jim Carrey.
Really?
Yeah. Jim Carrey's my man.
Well, yeah, he's phenomenal.
Yeah. He's really.
Jim started off just by doing impressions.
Yeah, I used to watch Living Color, and I used to be like, that's what I.
He
wanna
was
be like
amazing.
that. I want to be like Jim Carrey.
I love the fireman.
All of that, every little
All of
thing
that,
he
every
does,
little thing
every
he
little
did.
nuance, every.
But in saying for what
I love
he's
the fire.
doing
Hold on,
now,
let me, since you
Do
Bust it.
do it.
Let's say you're having a smoke.
Anyway.
Wow, see, I love that.
That's
It's
love.
like
That's pure love. That's pure love.
that's so good.
And get that, you got to get the neck.
Yes,
yeah.
But yeah, man, you nailed that.
That's pure love. It's number love. That number love right
Wait,
there.
yeah, like when you do Johnny Mathis and you extend that you over exaggerate what he does with his voice and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's pure.
I'm
love.
trying to get you to do
You
that.
still wouldn't do it. I'll do it only if Miss Rouchet, Miss Cousseau, tell us about married life.
Then we got to get her on a mic.
Get on the mic. Get on the mic.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
That's how radio works.
Is
That's
it-
how podcasts work.
It's been a month, you said, right?
Yes, it's been a month.
And like, how has it been? How was it?
It's been awesome, to be honest. It's like after we said I do, it was like I felt like we both took ownership of our commitment to each other. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a beautiful thing. I'm digging that hair too.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I do like that.
How long have you known each other prior?
It was 3 years. We had met.
2.5.
Well, 2.5, babe. I don't know. I don't never keep up. But I just know that we had a year engagement, and then it was like a year and a half, right?
Well, no, I mean, so I've been here 3 years, and
LA?
I didn't meet her yet till a year and a half in, so I probably said that wrong, but yeah. We had a short engagement. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was no messing around. It was even short just to start dating,
Yeah.
Wow.
which was interesting because I told myself I was going to take my time on the next one.
You told you what? You gonna?
That I was going to take my time.
Oh, okay.
And because I felt like the results I had been getting beforehand
Right. It
just wasn't good. So I was like, I need to change my habits
right.
and just get back to courting, as we're talking about, just old school. And I stopped dating for a year and a half. She stopped dating for 2 years. So
Wow.
even when we
I was
first
dating in between, but I dated. Yeah.
we were celibate. She was celibate.
Yeah,
She's celibate, man.
I
She's
was celibate
celibate.
for 2 years.
Yeah. Did you like? Yeah, you could end a date real quick with that word. Did you enjoy the fact he was funny?
To be honest, I didn't really like funny people.
Wow.
I didn't. I really did. I don't know, like when I talked to a guy one time and he was just like
Over the top.
always joking all the time.
No, yeah,
It just
that.
irritated me. It was like, oh God.
And it goes back to your
I will
point about
never date a guy that's
comics
funny.
aren't always funny.
Right.
Yeah.
And
right.
she'll be the first to attest to that. Like,
Right,
because
right,
I get
right.
some very just like, not even somber, but just very like introspective and
It's
just.
very chill.
I'm
back.
a, like, I think about a lot of heavy topics and I wrestle with them.
Right.
Whereas, she'll be like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just thinking about stuff."
I'm
whatever,
wrestling.
like,
Yeah. Yeah, because people ask me all the time. They were like, "Oh my God, like how do you deal with?" Because he's always a character when he's around people. But
Oh,
I've
it
seen-
comes
I
on,
know-
it comes on.
I
Chilled
noticed
and
that you
laid
also
back.
have a very chill side to you and laid back, and you.
Well, honestly, like when she
Wicked
first
chill.
met me, we met at a pool party.
Right.
And it was
not
like-
shuffleboard pool, right?
Pool,
Right.
like
yeah, a pool party, swimming pool.
Swimming pool. Okay.
I was like, "Is there another pool?" A word was pool.
No, 'cause we got used to playing
yeah,
pool
not
last time.
billiards. And it was like the first house party where I met like some cool people that I could hang out with in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had not quite been keeping to myself, but I hadn't found that like good set of friends yet
Right.
until I met that group. I was like, oh, I can really go in and enjoy myself. And I mean, I
He
was there
was
to
enjoying
party.
himself. Let me just say that he was enjoying himself.
I was there to party.
He was like turned up for turned
I
up.
was all the way turned up.
Yeah.
And
This was like my first time.
But
It
you're
was
not
like a
in
year
LA?
and a
You're
half
not in LA?
in.
He was
And I was like, oh, finally
lit.
some good people I can kick
Yeah.
it with.
Right.
yeah.
I was like, brought the big bottle of Captain and Morgan. My friend said I was with Captain and Morgan, like both of them.
He was a definition
And I was just turning
of
up, having a
turned
good time. But the point
We've
being,
seen that.
And then that's how you met her.
well, so that's who she met,
Yeah.
Right.
and she was just
Oh,
like,
okay.
I like him, but he'll probably get me into trouble. And then you also said like,
Well, because when I first saw him, I usually don't do this, but I was like, I told my cousin, I was like, I could see myself with him.
Wow.
I just said that, and then then we looked at each other, and I said, nah, he probably get me in trouble. But
but no, she also
That's
said
crazy, though,
he'll
man.
be too much to handle,
too much to handle. Too
which
much
she
for
told me
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
And I was like, that might be true, but I said it'll be worth it.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it's every bit worth it.
Oh, yeah. You're so gonna get me that Johnny Mathis now.
That's pure love right there.
Yeah,
It's okay. I'm gonna do Johnny now.
Yeah, Johnny.
Johnny.
Johnny Christmas.
By the way, my grandmother was like a big fan of Johnny Mathis. Like I have her album right now at home, and it's like pictures of Johnny Mathis and Tom Hanks.
Really?
So you gotta do this.
She used
when-
to cut out all their pictures and
Tom
articles.
Hanks?
Yeah.
Now wait. So he's gonna
that's a
dedicate
Special
this to your
dedication to
grandma,
Grandma.
and you
Grandma
can
Nellie.
Grandma Nellie, and then she can actually go on YouTube and she can see him do
well,
this.
She's not with us.
now.
but
Oh, damn.
she's watching down.
Hey, so I'm gonna do it strong for having to hear this right
That's
now.
it. Chances are she may.
Yes. Ooh. This is for Grandma Nellie.
Grandma Nellie.
Johnny Mathis singing a Christmas song for Johnny for Grandma Nellie. Hope you enjoy it. Cause Johnny be singing those. He be shaking all the time when he sings. Like he be like sing those Christmas songs. Dreaming of Hawaii, Christmas. That's Grandma.
Grandma Nelly, shout out.
I used to watch him perform with my grandmother, so that's
Oh
why-
wow, this
So
is
you like really.
thank you, man.
Yeah.
This is serendipity. Right?
Yes, very much so. It happens a lot around me.
Lee.
Yeah,
Thank you for that. I'm with you, baby.
that's it. And you have this
And to be with a guy who's been around these artists, like,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
enjoying
be a
that
trip, too.
mojo.
Yeah.
You know, we don't mess around. And like I said, the desire to take this to the next level, because I'm learning as I go, and you know,
and doing a great job.
Yeah,
thank
you
you.
are. You
Hanging
are.
out with you guys. And I keep saying it to comedians, I'm like, this is all about you guys.
Mhm.
It's like, never try and be funnier than your comedians, because I
Just
mean,
that Johnny Carson rule.
But you
yeah,
have a natural.
it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You have a really natural sense of humor yourself.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what works well.
Yeah.
Because you fit right into our bunch. I've seen it when we have left shows, and
Yeah,
you're right along with us.
Hanging out last night with Chris and his mother.
Now
that-
she's a
that-
trip. I gotta hurry up and meet her. I've been watching the little Facebook clips. Yeah, just her rapping.
What?
She's the Mustang.
She's but one of the things that now I took her up to the Ice House, and I did Nancy Bellany allowed me to get up on stage and pitch the show, which the first one she forgot about me, so it was real quick. I stayed the second show, and I got a little bit more involved in it, and she was just so thrilled to be there and getting to me, because she's very
Chris?
like Chris's mom, Camille is her name, and she was just like walking up to all of the comedians, and she was just tickled to be there. But what she does is she's always saying, "Oh, I'm sorry." One of those people who are constantly apologizing. "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that." Right. And I'm like, "We're gonna taser you next time you say that. I want to put a little collar around your neck." And she's like, "You gotta help me stop saying
A
that."
little shock therapy.
Yeah, right. I go, "You said it again." She's like, "I'm so sorry." Yeah, that's it.
I told you I was gonna do it.
That's it. And we did the Soul Cycle class, which have you taken?
Oh, the class?
I haven't,
Ice
and
House?
I feel bad because I've gotten so many requests. from
Chris is a Soul Cycle instructor.
Oh,
okay.
he's a
He
Soul
does.
Cycle.
It's amazing as far as you would probably take it and work that into your next act, as to
It's
because
serious
there's so
business.
much going on. You think a treadmill's funny? You ought to see how what the coordination is on
wow.
on the spin bikes.
Wow.
Because you're spinning, and then they do this thing where they're pumping as they and you think you can do it, but it's ugly, because as the momentum of
Oh, at
the
the same
wheels
time.
are going, and you're trying to pump the front of your body, it's ugly, right? It's too much going on, And so Chris was just like, yeah. It's like stand up, yeah. Increase that tension, yeah. So, but it's a blast.
I have to get in. I got to do something because I need to get back into shape because that's what
I just rejoined the gym today.
age is showing me.
Yeah.
But what's crazy too is like, because I remember I would try to do the P90X and stuff. The warm up, you'd be dead by the warm up.
Yeah, right.
Like that was the warm up.
Well, it's either that or you see people at the gym and they're on the exercise machine and they're just like, and it's like, dude, we're taking a nap. We're gonna get through this. What are we doing? I know
Right.
people that we used to watch for years. The same people go to the gym and no body change whatsoever. So you gotta
They don't
wonder.
change with clothes?
No,
Like
their
their
body.
bodies
It's,
didn't
it's
change.
Oh, their
like
body don't change.
how do
Oh,
you
weren't taking
belong
it
to a
serious,
gym
probably.
and never change your physical
Yeah.
appearance?
Just
Yeah, just stay the same.
No, but see,
Spending time in the gym,
Exercise is more than a physical experience. It's also a mental and a spiritual.
Very.
But if you don't have a plan, like if you're not in there following some kind of a routine,
Right.
you just jump from machine to machine, and you'll see them in there. Like you'll be like, "What? You're not even accomplishing anything. You're not
Right.
even breaking a sweat.
Right.
Like you have to at
Soul
least
Cycle,
break a sweat."
I didn't know if I was gonna pass out or puke. It was so much spent energy, but it's addicting because he plays hip hop. He shuts the lights. He's in the dark.
Oh, yeah?
He's like a party. He's
Where's
all
this?
over the place.
Where's he does
He does one in Manhattan Beach. Soul Cycle Manhattan Beach.
West
NoHo.
Hollywood, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's gone right now for 10 days to what do you call it? Hawaii. No, he went to visit Valerie.
His
She's
love
in
is
Hawaii.
Ooh.
But if you hit me up or you hit up Chris will let you know. What he does is he allows a guest pass.
Yeah, and I think there's an app. Soul Cycle has an app that'll show you like the class schedules or whatever.
Okay.
Right.
AnnaMarie, I want to ask you something. When did you know you want to do comedy?
I've been. If I told you every time somebody from when I was 11 years old, I could hold court and make people
about
laugh.
11?
About 11.
Nice.
And growing up, I couldn't understand what was so funny because it's just the way I talk.
From 11.
Yeah, from 11. I would just have a fun, I don't know, a real quick wit. And to the point of where I would tell people, I need a filter because I hear it when you do. It's that fast. So my whole family's funny.
Okay.
A lot of charisma from my dad and my grandfather.
Yeah,
My
same
mother's
here.
side
My
was
dad's
just
whole family.
freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I worked in the food industry. I worked in the entertainment. I was a singer before. And you do feed off a lot
Because you do singing as well.
Yeah.
Great singer.
Yeah. So in having all that, you from what I understand from comedians, first thing is being confident on stage, and then it's your content of the material, and trying to find your voice. And yet I had a young kid in here who was like, they're all over. They talk about that shit. And remember, he was saying that it's not that complicated. Just get up there and do it. You don't have to wait to find your voice. He's and works for him. Actually, it was Adam who does Vague City with Chris. Which, man, they've gone a whole nother direction. I saw the French Toast one. I was like, whoa.
I just saw it, yeah.
When did you guys start talking this? Because Chris is branded, he talks to kids and stuff. So when he was in here, I'm like, so Chris, are you, we keep it clean or, whatever? Because there's, certain comics that don't want a lot of swearing and don't, even when they're on the show, I have to know what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah. But I really wanted a format that let people see there's more to comedians than the jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And when Rock with you, like, when did it start for you?
Well, like she's talking about, just like family, man. Coming from a family. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is quite a comedian. My aunts, my uncles.
The whole competitive, your dad's very. Yeah.
It's there's a competitive and then there's a joking side, and it's interesting too because I was just telling Micheline the other day. Even when that's how we deal with grief as well in my family.
Yep.
Like I remember my a few family members were in the hospital with my grandmother, and the doctors giving them, her this prognosis or whatever. And my aunt, on time started cracking jokes of, like
In the hospital?
Yeah. So it's just like for somebody outside looking in might not get it, but it's like we get it.
Oh no, you sound like my
within our
family.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get it. Yeah.
What
So
about-
you're saying her boyfriend can't come over to the house anymore? Like I don't know. I wasn't there for that moment,
That
but
must've
just
been
hearing the
crazy.
story,
That
I
must've
was
been
just like,
crazy.
that sounds right.
Yeah, and for yourself, because we'd like to know about you as well.
About when I started.
Yeah,
humor,
when did you
comedy.
really? Because you said your acting is totally different, a serious actor and comedy.
If I'm a serious, yeah. I mean, if the part is for seriousness, then it's gonna be serious.
Right.
But when did you discover like the
Comedy.
stand-up part?
Oh, the comedy. No, the thing is that I just wanted to be a singer, and I found out I can't sing.
Bull, you can't sing.
Yeah.
What was that? I mean,
That
you
was
just
very
did
hurtful
Michael. That
because
was
people used to I used to be in groups, and they used to practice without me. Imagine you call your friends and you hear harmonize in the background, and you thought you're supposed to be there. That's pain.
that is pain,
And that's comedy.
and that's pain is comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that famous quote about sorrow? About comedy. God, I wish Rick actually quoted it in his book. It was a great quote. I wish I could remember it. Damn, I have to work on that. But it was based on that from
It's all
sorrow.
right. That's what Google is for.
The greatest comedy. Yeah, comes
Yeah, a
from,
lot of comedy is born out of sorrow for sure.
Right.
That's not my experience. Mine came from a lot of joy and happiness. But yeah, a lot of comics they find humor in the pain. For
the story.
sure.
Well, like I said, there was when Lionel would tell a story.
Yeah.
He's
This is my real life.
This is
You're
my
like,
real
oh,
life.
yeah,
That's
that's
a lot
your
of
real
people
life.
hard.
Then.
yeah,
Fuck.
Crackhead
Lionel's
Pam
cool.
and all that. I got to get him on the show too.
Yeah, you got to get him on.
Yeah, but in saying that, it's like all the comedians have backdrop stories. You're saying there's no
Happy.
tragedy.
Yeah,
It's a
Cosby
joyous-
kid before all the allegations. Yeah.
Right. And as far as like the things that the comedians that you pretty much watched, you said Jim Carrey, was he the only one?
No. I mean, I started to study comedy after Jim Carrey, like Pig Meat and Mom's Mabley and Jack Benny and
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
that's yeah.
yeah, all those guys, Red Skeleton and all those guys. And then I found out that
Old school stuff.
yeah,
Brilliance though.
and I found out I just fell in love with Richard Pryor.
Well, yeah.
I just
Who
fell in
did?
love with him.
I mean that was probably my first introduction. Other than I grew up with Carol Burnett, and I also said I want to know why no one talks about Flip Wilson.
You know why? Because it was the same time with Richard and the Flip Wilson show.
Right.
So and maybe people, I don't know, but Flip Wilson is an amazing.
And also what he achieved as a black comedian to have
Yeah.
his own variety show.
that's like crazy.
It was, but there's not a lot of people, a lot of comedians. In fact, I brought him up. No comedians have brought up Flip Wilson.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but he was hugely iconic in opening doors for black comedians and what he did. Also, his Geraldine, dressing as a woman.
You know what? I watched a comedy. There's a Geraldine doll.
All right, yeah. Wish
Whoa.
you had that now.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Mimi said she used to have a Flip Wilson doll. Are you picking her up over there?
We leave the dog at home.
Yeah.
It's a little weak, but it's in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
You know what it is?
Yeah, Flip was big, but I think most comics still gravitate to someone, or two or three. And Flip was big, but like you said, yeah, he was right along with.
The things that. But for me, I honestly feel that I saw this documentary on CNN about comedians, and they were great comedians. Lenny Bruce, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, but they were all these controversial comedians, right? They were blue comedians, and they broke barriers in their verbal exchange. So that was a step as far as comedy, right? But people like Flip Wilson, people like, and they didn't even mention Flip Wilson. They barely mentioned Bill Cosby. They didn't mention Stephen Fetchit. They mentioned all of these people because it was more of a controversial thing, because comedy is about controversy. Provocative, But I love Red Skeleton, and I love people like that,
well,
Oh, wow.
Oh, as both characters. Wow. Yeah.
No, can I see that?
Flip,
Because this is
it's a flip doll.
this is huge.
well, I want you to do. I get the last. I get my 2-minute warning
Show
for
that
the
to
show.
camera. That's
That's
half
huge.
Flip Wilson, one half Geraldine.
That's amazing. Can you
So
guys
wait,
punch
before
yourselves up?
RuPaul.
This is the final moments of the show. I told you it would go by fast.
So do you put the makeup on the character? You just-
that I had when I was a kid.
So you just held the doll.
Etch a sketch.
But I want
You
you
just
to
flipped
tell
it, and then the
people where
girl
you're
come
gonna
on.
So Thursday night, you guys can catch me at the Comedy Store at Crack 'em Up
Okay.
Thursdays, 10 p.m.
Okay.
I'm easy to find at RockyTheComic.com or Rocky the Comic on all social media.
And Romeo, where are you going to be?
All I want to say is Flip Wilson, I love you.
You get
And
that
people
there
right?
you
don't
go.
talk about
Somebody
Flip
finally
Wilson.
gave Flip some credit.
And I thank you for for allowing us to express ourselves, because comedy is very serious, and I beat the Ice House at 8:00 on Saturday night.
Ooh, that's cool. What room?
The room that's gonna have me.
The room that's gonna have you?
Yeah, I'm not
I
sure
love
which-
walking into these clubs and I'm like, damn, there's another room. Damn,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
another room.
No,
Yeah.
not the main, not the big room. It's like there's a one that as soon as you go in,
It's to the left.
to the left.
Yeah, that's
I'll be
where
there.
Nancy had her thing. Cool, man.
You the men's
The men's room.
Lee.
Yeah, I'll be there waiting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool having you guys on because it's funny how the universe brought you back around to me because I mentioned it to him. He said okay, and then I was like, I haven't heard from him. So today I was trying to do like a gathering of comedians, and I know I've been trying to. Having personal friends, everybody wants to know why they're not invited on the show, and
Right.
you try and get everybody on the show, and hopefully now that Cleo's is dispersed, I have everybody's information, have more people out. And I just want to point this out: your mics should have been switched because your mic matches
blending
his
in.
outfit and his. Yeah, it's
You
my
gotta
OCD.
coordinate.
Okay,
You gotta
okay.
We didn't coordinate. I would have
No.
sat you in your chair with your matching mic. All right, guys.
So
Next,
what does the blue represent?
what's with the blue? Black and blue.
Okay.
See, I'd be black and blue, but we won't talk about that. And you, Lee, thank
Lee
you
got-
again
Lee got-
for
Lee got
another
the red
great
mic.
show. You can catch us. You can rewatch this on YouTube. Also on SoundCloud, you can listen to it, and you don't get to see our faces. It's archived. What do I got?
No, AnnaMarie, I just want to thank you for this opportunity,
Oh,
Yes,
dude,
thank you very
my
much.
pleasure. I want to
Appreciate the
thank
call.
you
for,
for coming out, dude.
for giving us time
That's
to express
awesome.
ourselves. I know Rock for a minute, and I always love this cat.
Yes.
So it's cool to be sitting next to him
Yeah,
and his boots.
perfect.
And Lee, yeah, I know it's his favorite boots. I know that. Lee, thank you,
Paid
brother.
enough for him.
Love you,
Thank
brother.
you.
Thank you.
You gonna take us out?
And Mrs.
Kusa.
Mrs.
Miss
Kuso.
Stay tuned for next month's report.